Spark myself up a bit.
And welcome back to the Benjamin O'Doodle Tavish Mug Show. I'm here in the attic of Paddy Steer. Welcome. Thank you welcoming me to your attic. So what are you working on right now?
Omni Peanut Puppet Master and Loose Cannon and a few other tunes that are going to be on the next recording. So there's cello and flute and other bits and bobs on there, as well as all this business.
Would you like to talk me through the creative process?
Well, you could adhere to certain rules and say this is just going to have 5 colours in it, and just stick with that, and then just break the rules because you don't want those. So it's I think you do develop your own style, and musicians do. And I have what I do, and you get stuck occasionally. You just have to think outside the box. You take inspiration from everywhere as much as you can. Basically, it's all food. It's all good nourishment.
And how is recording different to playing live?
Totally different. It's layered. It's a lot more attention to detail. Different colours, and you can procrastinate and just work on ideas and extend melodies, and it's the sort of the inspiration of the idea, and then being able to ponder it and think about it is a kind of a good thing. That's the sort of the enjoyment of recording.
And when's the bum out? The album. Sorry, when's the album out?
Because I don't have the restraint of a label. I'm self-releasing, so you can work at your own pace. Yeah, you try and impose things like I must get it out by the summer, but it's kind of you start worrying then. I think it's just ready when it's ready, and you put just when you're happy with it, or when you don't want to listen to it ever again. That's when it goes out.
You've got a long history in music. How did you get here?
10 piano lessons with a horrible piano teacher. 14 punk rock, tail end of punk rock, and then playing in bands, and a couple of bands, playing in the living room, and just opening out to music. We had it was a band. We had a deal, and we were kind of paid a wage for about a year until it all fails to materialise. Your expectations of having a deal, and then you realise that you just dropped.
Not so.
So you have to kind of follow your own instincts and try and just do things by yourself. I think it's a good thing to have a DIY approach.
Is the DIY ethic important to you?
Yeah, so it's a challenge, and it's nice to do stuff with your hands and inhale solder and get burnt and get splinters and sort of cut yourself with bits of steel and aluminium. You know, it's a physical thing rather than just stroking screens forever and tweaking little knobs. You know, it's kind of we're here to do stuff. You know, I think that's the thing, rather than just to buy stuff. So it's that approach really. Some people like things perfect, and I can understand that. I like things perfect, but I get a chance to do that when I'm recording, but also people like to see a man on the edge of a nervous breakdown, out of control with a load of stuff, you know, suffering in a silly costume.
When you were cruelly dropped by the music business, how did that feel?
You kind of think, oh, maybe I should have made more money, but it's not the issue. We had the great fortune to have a play with Marshall Allen, one of his key musicians last year, who's 90 last year, and you know, I asked him, and it's like, yeah, they don't care about the money or the fame and nothing, man. It's the music, and it was good to hear it from a man in his late 80s, 90s, who's not made a huge amount, that still just loves doing what he does, and that's the biggest buzz I think you can get. I mean, you don't want to be some retired old whatever that's kind of had a bit of success in the past, and then is kind of lamenting that. You know, I don't think that's a good place to be. I think you should just keep going. You're kind of freer to do what you want to do, to get the commercial interest. You know, you've got running water at home, you can shit in your own house, that's pretty good. For me, it'll never be fully formed, and it's like, I might as well just take it out while it's unformed, just do it and see what happens. And it's just all a work in progress and a bit of an experiment. And we're not gassing children, so it's all right. You know, it's not. People shouldn't be offended by it. It's not going to harm anyone, and you know, people think it smells funny, and that's kind of okay. You know, so yeah, I mean, I'm doing what I want to do. That's the sort of thing.
How did you get started building the electronica?
You start by just building fuzz boxes, so stuff like that, and you kind of build a stack of them. So but they cost maybe sort of 15-20 quid in bits, and you're building something that sells for like 70-80 quid. So you kind of go, I'll make loads, and then you get bored because they're diddy, and then you kind of built it's like a musicfromouterspace.com mini synth. This guy called Ray Wilson, who designs bits and bobs of these. Give yourself challenges, so you kind of get yourself out of your comfort zone, make something a bit more difficult, and just work with it.
What's that?
A ring modulator. This is a mini synth. This is a modulating delay. There's a mixer here. There's a delay. There's a delay there. There's a delay there. There's an analog delay for this synthesizer. Got a telephone attached to the ring modulator. Thomas Henry mega percussive synths. So there's one for the kick drum and one for the hi-hat, and I've got triggers on there, and there's my first effect I ever made from Maplin, a filter in there that I put electric shakers through, and there's 2 delays as well.
What does that do?
So this is the family glockenspiel. It's just got to be functional, that's the thing. People are obsessed with precision, man. It's not. It's, you know, I did get an O level in woodwork. It was my highest grade, although you would never guess.
What are you making at the moment?
This is just the two oscillators, but you can see it's kind of. And I've realised now after building it portrait that really it should be landscape, so I'm gonna have to re-drill all the whatever.
You should have thought of that before.
But it's yeah, it's two oscillators with a. And you can. The modules come and you're kind of expected to put loads of sockets and patch them, but you kind of like decide how you want to patch them.
Well, thank you very much. This is Bernard Hepplethwaite McTubbett signing out from the attic of Paddy Steer. Thank you very much. This interview is terminated. Thank you. Bye. Cheers very much.